Hello students. In the previous video, we started the topic the French society during the late 18th century. In that video, the topic was divided into 5 subsections for easy learning. These 5 subsections are as follows. Number 1, King Louis XVI and his rule. Number 2, a society of states. Number 3, struggle to survive. Number 4, the rise of middle class. And number 5, contributions of philosophers. Out of these 5 subsections, we completed the first two, that means King Louis XVI and his rule, and a society of states in the last video. Let us move to third subsection, that is struggle to survive. First of all, let me read out the paragraph to you. After that, we will discuss main points. So, on your screen, the topic is the struggle to survive. The population of France rose from about 23 million in 1715 to 28 million in 1789. This led to a rapid increase in the demand for food grains. Production of grains could not keep pace with the demand. So the price of bread, which was the staple diet of the majority, rose rapidly. Most workers were employed as laborers in workshops whose owner fixed their wages. But wages did not keep pace with the rise in prices. So the gap between the poor and the rich widened. Things became worse whenever drought or hail reduced the harvest. This led to a subsistence crisis, something that occurred frequently in France during the old regime. Now, you see the word that is subsistence crisis in the paragraph. First of all, see the word subsistence crisis. What is this? Subsistence crisis, if we say in a very simple term, is shortage of food and lack of basic facilities that endanger life as a whole. Right? That situation is called subsistence crisis. One definition is also given in your book, in the box of glossary. You see, subsistence crisis. Subsistence crisis. An extreme situation, the basic means of livelihood are endangered. Clear? So you have two options, either to learn this definition given in the book or the one that I have provided you. Okay, now see, move to some other main points of the paragraph. As the paragraph says, population of France rose from 23 million in 1715 to 28 million in 1789. That led to rapid increase in demand of food grains. Production could not match the demand. The price of bread, which was the main diet of the majority, rose rapidly. On the other hand, wages of laborers remained unchanged as it was fixed by the owner. Right? Fixed by the owners, you see. Fixed by the owner. Their wages were fixed. Situation became worst in the case of drought or crops failure. The result, the gap between the rich and the poor widened. This led to subsistence crisis, that means shortage of food and lack of basic facilities. And it was a frequent thing that time that caused unrest and dissatisfaction among the people. Many time in the past, the people has some sort of unrest and dissatisfaction, but they didn't have means to continue their revolt against the system or situation. But this time, to change the situation, the middle class came forward and wanted an end to privileges. That means, privileges means special rights or power enjoyed by the first two states. That means clergy and nobility. So our next topic is the rise of middle class or a growing middle class. So our next topic is the rise of middle class or a growing middle class. In the book, this topic is named as a growing middle class envisages and into privileges. That is on your screen too. So see, let me give you the main points of this topic, under this topic. First of all, let me tell you who constitutes this growing middle class. Let me tell you, mostly merchants and manufacturers who had become prosperous as they had been involved in overseas trade and had access to education and new ideas from this middle class. Other than them, in this middle class came doctors, lawyers, teachers, government servants, small businessmen, etc. All of these were educated and prosperous and believed that no group in society should be given any privileges or special powers by birth. Rather, if it is to be given, it should be given on the basis of his merit. Okay? It is to be given on the basis of his or her merit. Not basically his merit, you can say. They wanted French society to be based on freedom and equality of laws and opportunity for all. All these ideas were put forward by philosophers. So our next topic is contribution of philosophers. Okay. So next topic is contributions of philosophers or role of philosophers. No discussion on French Revolution be completed without the mention of three philosophers such as John Locke, Jean-Jacques Rousseau and Montesquieu. You see, in the paragraph that is on your screen, the last fourth line, these ideas, let me tell you. You see, these ideas envisaging a society based on freedom and equal laws and opportunities for all were put forward by philosophers such as John Locke and Jean-Jacques Rousseau. In his book Two Treatises of Government, John Locke sought to refute the doctrine of the divine and absolute right of the monarch. You see. Clear? Rousseau, in his book Social Contract, proposed a form of government based on a social contract between people and their representatives. That means representative form of democracy that we follow at present. The third one is Montesquieu. You see, Montesquieu. And the name of his book is The Spirit of the Laws. In his book, Montesquieu proposed a division of power within the government between the legislative, the executive and the judiciary. That means Montesquieu proposed power sharing. That is the most essential element of democracy at present. Okay, so the ideas of these philosophers were discussed extensively in saloons and coffee houses and spread among people through books and newspapers. Clear? These were the reasons and the backgrounds in which on 14th of July 1789 the people of France revolted and attacked the Bastille that marked the beginning of French Revolution. Students, today we will end the video here. In the next video, we will start a new topic. Meantime, I will provide you some more questions, even though I have given you some questions already, but I will give you some more questions. Okay, so this video ends here. In the next video, the new topic. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.